Fans all over the world are left stunned, speechless, and deeply emotional after Joong finally broke his silence in what many are calling the most vulnerable, raw, and heartbreaking confession of his life. For years, rumors swirled about what truly happened between Joong and Song Hye-kyo, two of Korea's most beloved stars whose marriage and eventual divorce shook not only their country but the entire global Hallyu community. And now, in a rare moment of honesty, Joong has admitted the unthinkable. He let Song Hye-kyo slip away, and he calls it the biggest regret of his life. Fans, are you ready for this emotional roller coaster? Let's dive in together, but be prepared, because this revelation might just bring tears to your eyes. It all began during an intimate sit-down interview where Joong was asked about his past, his career, and his personal journey as both an actor and a man. While he spoke with his usual warmth and poise, things took a sharp emotional turn when the interviewer gently brought up his marriage to Song Hye-kyo. The room grew quiet, and for a moment, Joong hesitated, his eyes reflecting a flood of memories he could no longer hold back. And then, with a deep sigh, he said the words that fans never expected to hear. "I let her go, and it is the biggest regret of my life." Imagine the silence in that studio. Imagine the weight of those words. Fans online who watched the recording described their hearts as shattering into pieces. Could it really be that after all this time, Joong still carries the pain of losing Song Hye-kyo? If you've been following their story, you'll know that their romance began like a fairy tale. Meeting on the set of Descendants of the Sun, their chemistry was undeniable, both on-screen and off-screen. Fans around the world shipped them instantly, calling them the Song couple. And when they surprised the world with the announcement of their real-life wedding, it felt like destiny. Their ceremony was nothing short of magical, with Korea and international fans celebrating their love as if it were their own. But as we all know, that fairy tale didn't last. Within 2 years, shocking headlines broke the news of their divorce, leaving fans devastated and asking, what went wrong? Since then, both stars have been tight-lipped about the details, choosing to protect their privacy. But in this rare confession, Joong revealed more than anyone expected. He admitted that his workaholic lifestyle, his stubbornness, and his inability to fully communicate his emotions might have been factors that pushed them apart. He said, with a trembling voice, "She gave so much of herself, but I didn't realize how much I was losing until it was too late." Fans online erupted in tears and debate. Some wrote, if only he had realized earlier, they might still be together. Others added, this shows he truly loved her, he just didn't know how to hold on. And perhaps the most heartbreaking part of his confession. Joong admitted that he still thinks about the moments they shared, the laughter, the quiet dinners, the way Song Hye-kyo would smile at him when no one else was looking. He described her as a woman of strength and grace, and admitted that no one has ever made him feel quite the same. "She was my partner, my equal, my love. Losing her is a pain that never really goes away," he confessed, his voice breaking slightly. Can you feel the weight of those words, fans? Doesn't it make you wonder if some loves, no matter how much time passes, never truly fade? Of course, reactions to Joong's admission have been mixed. While many fans sympathized with his raw honesty, others wondered if it was fair to bring up such emotions publicly, given that Song Hye-kyo has moved forward with her own life and career. Some fans questioned whether his words were meant as closure for himself, or as a subtle message to Hye-kyo herself. After all, could it be that part of him still hopes for reconciliation? Imagine this, Joong speaking his truth in front of millions, knowing Hye-kyo might see it, hear it, and perhaps, just perhaps, understand the depth of his regret. Could this confession be his way of saying, if I could turn back time, I would? Social media exploded with trending hashtags like #SongSongForever, #JoongRegret, and #biggest regret of my life. Fans began revisiting old clips of the couple together, replaying their wedding video, and flooding timelines with nostalgic photos of their happiest moments. The internet became a sea of bittersweet memories. Some fans even admitted they cried while rewatching Descendants of the Sun, knowing what came after in real life. But let's pause here for a moment and ask you, dear viewers, do you believe in second chances? Do you think it's possible for two people who once loved so deeply to find their way back to each other? Or do you believe that once love is lost, it can never truly return? Comment your thoughts below because this is one debate that fans around the world are passionately engaged in. What's undeniable, though, is that Joong's confession proves one thing: despite his fame, his success, and his career achievements, he is still human. At the end of the day, he carries regrets, just like all of us. And in this case, his regret has a name: Song Hye-kyo. Now, where does this leave Song Hye-kyo? Fans are waiting with bated breath to see if she will respond in any way. Will she acknowledge Joong's emotional words? Or will she remain silent, choosing to let the past stay in the past? Knowing her grace and privacy, many believe she may not speak publicly. Yet, deep down, fans can't help but wonder what she must feel hearing him admit such raw regret. Some fans speculate that this could reignite hope for a reunion. Others insist that while the love may still linger, too much has happened for them to reconcile. Either way, Joong's confession has reopened old wounds and reignited the love and nostalgia fans once felt for the Song couple. And perhaps that is the true power of their story. Even years after their separation, their names together still spark hope, heartbreak, and endless conversation. It shows just how deeply they touch fans' hearts, and how unforgettable their love story will always be. Before we wrap up, let's ask you one final time. If you had the chance to go back and fix the biggest regret of your life, would you do it? Do you think Joong deserves a second chance to rewrite his love story with Song Hye-kyo, or should he learn to move on and treasure the memories for what they were? Whatever the case, this confession has forever changed how fans see him. His honesty, his vulnerability, and his willingness to admit his mistakes have melted hearts across the globe. And one thing is certain: the world will never forget the love story of Song Joong and Song Hye-kyo, whether it's a closed chapter or a story still waiting for a twist. So stay tuned, fans, because in the world of K-drama and real-life love, you never know what might happen next.